So I did already make a video covering the Dark Knight of the Beast boss relic, and in that video, I kind of undersold how good taking attacks improves attack power actually is. My original sentiment was that if you were to have this relic equipped, you kind of have to build around this perk with some hyper armor based attacks or skills so you can like effectively trade out, because otherwise you're not really planning to take damage. So pairing it alongside the Wilder or the Raider with some hyper armor based skills can do very well. However, after playing with this relic a little bit today, I can now say that I was wrong. This relic perk is actually pretty insane, and honestly it might be top 3 relic perk in the entire game because it works very well with every single character. Now there were 2 separate things that made me realize how good this perk actually is. One was with the Guardian. I initially said that this relic perk is not going to do that well with the Guardian because when you block physical damage, you're not going to be benefiting off the taking attacks improves attack power, and it's only going to work if you're blocking elemental damage. And you know, like 90% of the game is going to be doing physical damage. However, one thing that I didn't really click in my brain is that most of the tough enemies in the game, including the Night Lord bosses, are all going to be doing elemental damage. So for the toughest fights in the game, you can very much benefit off that 15% more damage for 10 seconds. And also another thing, I am a pretty good player at this game. In fact, I think I am very good. Like I do entire no-hit run expeditions, and when I can like lock in and focus, I'm not going to really be getting hit that much. But today on stream, just playing casually, reading the chat as I'm playing, I end up getting hit a whole bunch because it happens. And then I was noticing that with this relic equipped, I was pretty much getting that 15% more damage throughout the entire boss fight. And that's when it really clicked to me that this relic is just kind of insane with anybody. Like, you're not always going to be just not getting hit all the time. So in most cases in the boss fight, you can just benefit off that more damage. Now, it still is going to do a lot better with those higher HP types of characters, especially if you do have the partial HP restoration perk to synergize with this. Now, unfortunately for this build that I'm going to be showcasing today, I don't have that. But I can't really complain because, yeah, these 2 perks are kind of like insane god rolls. No, they're not cheated relics. I have like 600 hours in the game. This is kind of what happens when you have this many hours. Now, the most important perk when it does come to the Guardian is going to be the successful guards sends out the shockwave, because when you use the passive and you block, you can actually stagger enemies, do damage, do stance damage, and with stamina recovery attacks, or stamina recovery on attacks, you can get some stamina back as well. In this instance, it's going to be 2 stamina, and with this boss relic, I can actually have both of these stack, and that's going to be 3 stamina to equal 5 stamina back every single time that I block, also every single time that I attack, and when I do a charged heavy attack, I'm going to be getting 10 stamina back because the whirlwind is also going to count as an extra hit. Now, I typically didn't really care much for this whirlwind charged heavy attack perk, but after using it a whole bunch, because, you know, I kind of had to after getting this insane god roll, this perk really did grow on me, and I will talk about it a bit more once I do get into the game. The guard kind of boost is obviously incredible because it can be up to 30% more damage depending on the weapon type. HP recovery on guarding is really nice. Unfortunately, the HP restoration on hammer attacks isn't the best. Obviously, would much rather have things like partial HP restoration instead, but I can still benefit off this perk because hammers have amazing guard counters, and if I do find a hammer, I'm definitely going to be using it. Now, before this relic actually came out, I would normally be running... Where is my other relic? This one right here. The continuously spinning of the skill and improved guard counters is like another really good roll. Had an amazing build beforehand, but unfortunately I'm going to have to sacrifice the continuous whirlwind, which is very nice for when you're fighting enemies like banished knights, but it's not really that good otherwise. And the improved guard counters is 10% more damage to your guard counter, but I'd kind of just rather have the 15% more damage almost all the time, especially alongside the more stamina recovery on the hits. But anyway, we are going to go take this into a game really quick. Might as well just go fight anybody. Anyone do fine. Who cares who it is? Let's just get into a game. Okay, we got Gaping Jaw. That's not too bad. Could have got Everdark Libra, and that would have been pretty funny if I ended up having that boss. Maybe tomorrow. Go do like another playthrough of some other character. Gotta do more of these videos. Haven't done these in a while. Good old live commentary runs. It has, in fact, been a minute. Already got a damage boost right there. You love to see it. One thing about this character, he actually does have tied for the most poise in the game. So if this guy, whatever. Well, terrible example. This guy didn't want to hit me, but just trust me, he has the tied for the most poise in the game alongside the Raider. And also his skill this skill right here does give you a lot of hyper armor. So you actually can tank a decent amount of damage and not be staggered out of the attack. By most attacks, it's not going to be as tanky as the Raider-based skill, obviously. But you can essentially kind of use it the exact same way. And that against certain types of attacks, you can just use it to like trade out, do a bit of damage in return. It's not going to be the most amount of damage. That is a tornado area. We don't want to clear that out just yet. Guess let's go just jump on some heads real quick. But yeah, that synergizes very well with this character, with his large amounts of health, large amounts of poise. A lot of different enemies you can just tank attacks. So I don't really know exactly why I will sleep on this perk that much with a lot of characters. Like, it didn't really occur to me that you just get hit a lot. And 10 seconds actually is a lot of time in the middle of a fight. Like, it lasts a while. And it gives him the damage boost that he needs. Because 15% more damage with the Guardian is kind of like in line with damage with the Wilder and the Raider, probably even more so. Especially doing guard counters with the guard countering build. And the fact that this probably synergizes better with this character than it would the Wilder, because Wilder doesn't have as much poise and ability to tank as well. All of a sudden, got a decent build going. 10% more health. I kind of want to know what the stats are to see like if the Guardian is actually more likely to find stuff like that, like tanking based powers. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know where I want to go first. Let's go rotate this. We're going to see what boss is over here first. It's an Erd Tree Avatar. I can spend like the entire day fighting it if I wanted to, but like that's kind of boring. I don't think anyone's like watched me fight an Erd Tree Avatar for like 5 minutes. We'll go fight the Revenant. That's going to have less health. Why not? I mean, there's plenty of reasons why not. The boss kind of sucks. One thing we do have to do as well, and it's kind of one of the downsides of the Guardian, is that we do have to go ahead and level up our shield to purple, because the great shield that we have is like one of the best great shields in the game. So yeah, you might as well level it up so you can effectively tank more attacks without losing stamina, even though we do have the double stamina perk and get 5 stamina back every single time that we block and do damage. It's great, but the more guard boost would be better still. And typically when you have characters that, you know, have your starting weapons, this is so satisfying. That's lovely. Give me a stance break. That's fantastic. But yeah, typically characters that have their starting weapons just want to be upgraded. It's obviously really good because you don't have to worry about RNG for the most part, but yeah, for the Guardian, that's just for his shield, so we're not going to be sticking with this weapon. We're going to have to try and find a better weapon. This guy does not do much stamina damage. Like, I'm getting like my entire stamina back right there. That's great. That's so satisfying. Black Flame Blade is good. Another HP increase. Well, I can't complain about that. Hopefully this person gives me something good. Oh, look at all the stuff. Stone Sword Key. Tortures are good for stance damage. Who are you fighting again? Gaping Jaw, that's right. I forgot who it was already. Anyway. Nothing that I wanted. Might as well... I want to go get another weapon. We need to get a better halberd. This one kind of sucks. And also, when you are playing the Guardian, it is ideal to try and find another really good weapon to use when you fight those bosses that you can't really reliably guard counter. Because, unfortunately, the halberd moveset isn't the best when it comes to damage. But if you do have the Whirlwind attack, the moveset can do pretty well. I almost got an ult here. Like, you get your ult back so fast with the Guardian. Because every single time that you ult, it leaves you with like 20% of your ult charge left. See that? I basically have like half my ult back already. Level 6. Sure, the Bloodhound Claws, I guess. Improves guarding ability. Well, I don't mind if I do. And that Great Shield has more guard boost. Maybe I'll up this one instead. But I'd like to have my regular Great Shield though, because that comes with a no skill. And there are certain, you know, weapon skills that I might want to use. We got another stone sword gear, right? We have 2, yeah, cool. No, not running ever jails because who cares, they're boring. But unfortunately, it doesn't really synergize as well with the Guardian when you have to like run through a tunnel to upgrade your shield and go try and kill other bosses to try and find a better weapon. And I mean, I would have loved to run it, but I just didn't have the RNG for it. It's more fun when you're playing the Guardian when you have all these perks, and he's pretty reliant when he does come to these perks. I'm just gonna ult again, because why not? Might as well just use it every single time. Not playing in multiplayer, I don't have to wait till my teammates go down. Blocked elemental damage there, get a nice fat damage boost. Unfortunately, that taking attacks improves attack power doesn't synergize with the guard counter damage based on your health perk. But at least you get a reward when you do get hit. It's like when you get hit, you take damage, you know, you're losing out on that buff, but at least you get another buff in return. So it's not too bad. Affinity damage negation is great because it lets you effectively block elemental damage better. It is a positive. Also, that particular guard countering perk as well, the damage is like dependent on the character and the weapon. So like with a halberd, you're gonna get like the most damage out of that perk. But obviously that's specific when you're playing with the Guardian too. Like if you're doing a halberd guard counter or somebody else, it's not gonna do as well. Because it's probably like specifically tied to the motion values of the halberd and maybe the specific halberd moveset that he has. Yeah. But if you're using the Guardian and using like a colossal weapon or a great hammer to get a guard counter, it's not going to be that 30% damage boost. It might be about like 20-something%. It's not going to be like that big of a difference or even like that noticeable, but it's worthy to note. There are like some weapons that are great at guard counters. So like in this instance right here, like the spear is really nice to have, or the halberd's nice to have. How did that monkey get up here? How did this happen? Well, I can just ult again, because why not? You get like 20 ults in a game perk with the Guardian. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, I like to have the halberds. I didn't get to go in the stance there. It's so annoying. Like, it's easy to go into the stance, but like, it's still, you still have to do the animation. So like, if you want to do it instantly as you're about to get hit, you can't. You have to wait for the animation to finish still. I almost died there, and I'm gonna die here. Because once again, the exact same thing happened. It didn't let me go into the animation for the passive. Which, like, it's not the worst thing. Because it's pretty easy to go into the passive block. But the benefits is that, like, you have the freedoms to, like, you know, sprint and block at the same time, which you can't do that with the passive. But, like, I'm not really using the regular block anyway, because stamina cost in this game is so shit that blocking is just terrible. And it's only good when you have the Guardian and his passive ability. I just fell on him and he died. That's crazy. I literally fell on him. I didn't even attack. That's how much little health he had left. Glintstone Chris. I thought that was a stone sword key for a second. I was like, what? No, I don't want the Glintstone Chris. Might as well level up and do the basement boss. Get my shit back. See, being that regular blocking just sucks. Just, like, let us not have to go into a stance. Like, just block and let us get the passive effect, I guess. I don't know. And it's kind of weird. You go into, like, this special stance, but, like, you have to, like, walk forwards, and that can, like, get you hit sometimes. And it doesn't even give you, like, a wider hitbox, per se, so I don't get it, why it has to be a separate stance and not just like, hey, look, the Guardian's passive that he has 5 times better blocking. I mean, having a separate stance and animation allows him to actually dodge and block at the same time, because you can't normally do that. Ow. I hate that. It's fine, nice damage boost right there. Still using my regular ass white halberd. She's gonna go buff now. She or he, I don't know what it is. I have Endure with the Bloodhound claws. That's kind of insane. Let's go use this Endure setup. I take it back. That's dangerous. If I died there, I would have cried because it didn't let me go into the passive again until a little bit later. Okay, the Endure didn't tank as well as I thought it would have. Okay, Dragon Halberd. Pretty good stuff. We don't need the regular Halberd anymore. Now, it does do lightning damage with this skill, and Gaping Jaw is pretty resist, but the weapon itself does do pure physical damage, and it's only lightning damage after you use the skill buff. And it adds more frost as well, which is just still really great to have. I guess I'll go with this, but I can still buff it right now. How'd you miss? This is what I'm talking about. It feels like it needs to have instant frames. Like, as soon as you click it. I don't know. A lot of random complaining. Just lock in and be better at the game, bozo. A stamina recovery perk would be nice as well. I mean, I do have the stamina recovery on hits, but like the stamina regen speed would be lovely. Okay, so level 8, we can get to level 9 day 1. Who are we fighting again? Gaping Jaw. I don't know. That's the second time I asked this question. Lock in, Yui. I have a Stone Sword kicking up. If ever jail, maybe kill him real quick. Enemies grouped up. Hell yeah. Satisfying to send them all flying in the air. The continuous spin is nice, but having like the big damage in one hit and watching all the trash mobs die is always satisfying. But it's a downside when you're fighting Banished Knights. It's kind of like the one weakness about not having the continuous spin. Oh, God. As I just mentioned it. That's fine. I mean, it keeps on stun locked. See, I would have hit. I actually did all 3. Not that bad. I can use this for the stun locking ability. Give me Frost. Actually, the skill also just staggers him too, so. That's gonna hurt a lot. It didn't hurt that much. Guardian's dodge is actually the best in the game. Who would have thought? That is actually insane. He got staggered, but he was still guaranteed to do it. Good for him. We can still win these. It's just like, it's just too good to have. The blocking that gives you like an AoE, it's just too good. Physical damage negation. That could synergize even better with it taking attacks, improves attack power. Okay, level 10, day 1 with the Guardian. Pretty good stuff. We have a Guarding ability increase. I should be using this. I mean, actually, I'm using this skill, that's right. Okay, we're gonna stick with this weapon. Okay, so we're fighting the Gaping Dragon, which is a boss that I'm not really too keen on guard countering. So it seems like it's a two-handed type of day. And spamming the Dragon Halberd. I might... what should I do here? I'm gonna put this in this hand. Two-hand it like this. And then... Nah, that was dumb. Put that on that hand. Doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Use the ult. We're gonna say that when he was charging, but whatever. That might grab me. It grabbed me. Okay, let me go now. Actually, it was all part of my plan. Now I get a 15% damage boost. Little does he know. Fell right into my trap. Okay, can you stop running backwards, please? I can guard counter this. Okay, he just sat right on me. We cannot guard counter this. See what the tail drop is. Look at the long as fuck tail. Was that lightning grease? No way. I was gonna go heal and tank this, but I don't care. Where's my stupid claws? I wanna get proper bleed just like once. Can I use the skill and tank this? We did. But it was worth the shot. There's the bleed proc. And more claws. Venomous Fang with Cragblade. Kind of good stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Lightning damage negation is good against this boss, I just realized that. But the poison is also good against the boss too, so. FP recovery on guarding is nice. That can solve my FP issue if I just want to spam this skill more often to proc Frost. And Cragblade is nice. But I'm probably not going to use that though. Okay, where are the churches? I got one. There's one over here. I don't like fighting this enemy. How did that miss me? God damn it. Stance break. He got hit very hard. Surely this one stance breaks. Yeah. I never get a critical attack against this boss. It like never happens. Imagine dying to a shield. Gargle Habit, that's cool. That's the stamina recovery that we needed, but I want a hammer. Oh. Hammers are so good for guard counters. They're so fun to use. Because, like, when I'm fighting bosses that are, like, knights that are small and, like, closer towards me, the hammer is just so good to have. Because it's such an incredibly fast guard counter. Flails as well. So if I find, like, a flail or a hammer, it's, like, an immediate pickup for those really quick bosses. Damage negation at full HP is cool. I don't need the claws. It's fine. We'll go down through this tunnel. Go get a purple stone from my shield. Go hit up this Evergel in that church, then I guess I'll go somewhere else. Might rotate up this way. I'm actually clearing out a lot more Evergels than I thought I would. Damn it. If only I had Evergels with this build somehow. Give me Frost proc. Thank you. He did not like that. You know what? I might as well ult again because I have it. It's like, why not? Somehow, that was a block. And then I missed. Lovely. Smithing too. I could have... That's fine. I was gonna... Should have picked up whatever was in those chests. Maybe there was a smithing one there as well. Would have saved me 6,500 runes. How am I going to financially recover from this? Okay, so grab this church, get the Evergel, and then rotate around. Take this bird up as well. On the way out. I'll do the Evergel first. Actually, I have to go down for the church. Eh, whatever. Oh, god damn it, I shouldn't use my ult. This is so fun. I had a feeling something like this was gonna happen. That's okay. Oh no, we took damage. Is my fourth Evergel being cleared? I think it is. Okay. Just get down here. Guardian has some insane reach. He's like really like long and tall, so he does have like more hitboxes. But it also means that he can hit at further distances. A solid trade-off. One. No, there was only 3 Evergels. Tripping. I can actually go rotate down to the middle castle again. I don't need like another flask. We'll be fine. It's all the way at the top. If the circle ends up there, then I'll go up there. But might as well just rotate up this way. Go kill some more Crucible Knights and kill whatever's in the rooftop. And go get this weapon to purple. Or the shield. Hopefully I can find a better weapon. I don't know what else I kind of want. I mean, the Commander Standard is the best halberd that you can get with the Guardian. I guess like the most damage or some of the most damage and like the most reach. While having a skill that can just give you a fat damage boost. And a nice defense boost. Good thing I already did the basement on day 1 because the circle's not ending there, so... Instead of killing the Crucible Knights, we'll just go straight to the rooftop, it seems. But unfortunately, no gold weapon for the Guardian. If you did have the option to get Great Spears as well, and have them be equally as likely to find, and have the exact same moveset, that would basically fix a lot of problems, because it can give him a higher damage option. It gives him a decent power stancing option, so he's not limited to using a shield. And it also gives him an option of a gold weapon, or he's more likely to find a gold weapon in the Mogwin Sacred Spear. That'd be great. I mean, if you end up getting DLC weapons, then we can get the Pole Blade of the Bud. That almost hit me, that's crazy. A gargoyle, huh? Oh yeah, now you do the passive effect afterwards. And the Pole Blade of the Bud would be okay. I'm kind of curious to see what it'd be like though. Because the guard, it's gonna have the same moveset as the Guardian Sword Spear, and the Guardian Sword Spear gets a dexterity scaling. So, kind of curious they're gonna end up giving it a dexterity scaling and have the damage be shit with the Guardian. If it ends up coming into the game. But even then, it actually wouldn't end up being the highest damaging halberd because it's gonna be a status effect weapon. We can block this because it's elemental damage. Unfortunately, it's destined death, so it's gonna hurt a lot still. But yeah, being that it's doing a status effect, the Pole Blade of the Bud, it's gonna actually not be the highest damaging weapon. Pretty sure the Guardians or the Commander Standard will get more damage. But having access to Rot more frequently is nice. Having Flask Restoration is so OP. I clicked the heavy attack. Do the thing that I want you to do. Okay, we gotta like lock in and make sure we don't die here because I don't want to like fight this guy into the storm. Oh, that just missed. Should I block this? Oh, that didn't hit that hard. That's fine. Okay, I was literally blocking, but okay. Gotta block this. Clutch. See that 10% HP perks that we found. We can power stance jar cannons where we can't, but that's obviously amazing. Increase critical damage off the, or increase damage at the critical hit. Literally one of the best perks you can get. There's gonna be another Crucible Knight behind me. That's fine. We did our job. We're at level 14 right now. We're kind of popping off. Let's just go kill some more day 2 bosses. Let's go rotate upwards, get that church as well. Oh, wasn't it a tree sentinel that was there? It was an Erd-tree avatar, that's what it was. Yeah. We can proc frost and poison against that boss. Lovely. Fantastic. Still didn't find the hammer, which I really like to play with hammers, but that's okay. I forgot to go upgrade this weapon. Shit. Okay, there's a dude right there, and I'm gonna go buy a Wending Grace too. I forgot about that. Wait a minute. Let me go proc this real quick, and you can damage me. That's fantastic. We have fat damage boost right there. We can block this for more elemental damage. Proc the frost to end the stance break, and I get a debuff. Hell yeah. That's not good. But I have my ult again because you get it 1,000 times per run with this guy. I'm gonna hold on to it for a little bit. I don't want to heal here so I can get back to full health to get my damage back. How reliably can I block all this? That's fine. Okay, that was the most egregious offense of like queuing up an input I've ever seen in my life. I clicked that shit like 20 seconds ago. It's like, oh, did you want a heavy attack? It's like, yeah, back then, not now. HP on successive attacks, guard breaking. See, what is this garbage trash? I want decent perks like guard counter boosts, you know? Things like that. Forgot to go proc poison on that guy. Like I said I would. When I'm like yapping like this and doing a video, I'm like so forgetful. I just forget everything that I said I was gonna do. Immediately, as I said it as well. At least I remembered this. Okay, cool. Purple, Guardian Shield. Do you have any decent perks? Guard counters. Yes, please. I don't need the damage negation at full HP. I want the critical hits. I don't need lightning damage negation. I know how to... I don't know. I'm gonna get blocking anyway. We don't need glint blades because we're using a shield. There's another downside of this playstyle. Is that like, if you're using a weapon that you're gonna be like one-handing or two-handed, you can have like something in the offhands for like a nice passive effect like glint blades. But if you're doing power stancing or using the shield stuff, you kind of lose out on those offhanded bonuses. Lots of pros and cons to weigh up. But it pretty much means that this character will never be the best. Because he has too many downsides. Until they buff him, who knows? Ow. I mean, yes, please. 15% more damage? You fell for my trap, buddy. Give me your frost. Give me your nice fat hit. That didn't kill. Halberds need more damage. Sacred Order. I need money. Lightning Fortification is cool for this boss. But like, what am I gonna get rid of? Am I really gonna use a lightning fortification? I could get that church before it's too late. Lightning fortification, that's like 35% lightning damage negation, I believe. Or 30%, whatever it is. Which is nice, but you know what? I'm gonna forget to use it. I know 100% I'm gonna forget to use it. But that's basically like twice as good as like those affinity damage negation perks that you end up finding, so it probably is worth it. But should I use the venomous thing? Like I can proc the poison on him. It'll put in some work. Because I do want to have these other things. Like the guarding ability is nice too. 10% guarding ability. Because I'm pretty sure that would just be like 10% more guard boost, right? If I get rid of this. Yeah, it is. That's a decent change. Especially when you have like a ×5 guard boost with a passive, it all stacks up nicely. Do I want to block more effectively or no? A good perk would be like if I get more damage negation by taking damage or guarding ups my damage negation too. I kind of want to block more effectively. Let's go with this. I'm going to forget to use it. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? I'm going to forget to use it. But I'm probably also going to forget to use the Venomous Fang too, so... whatever. Whatever. I should have picked it up. Contemplating King. That's all I do. We didn't get any good talismans, did we? I mean, Cerulean Amber Medallion is fine, I guess. Surely this is going to be a Spear Talisman or a Great Shield Talisman or anything good. What the fuck is this? Clarifying Horn Charm? Are you serious, game? Actually, still not at max HP. I should have at least picked up the 10% damage or the 10% rune gain. I just realized that. Everyone's probably like yelling at the screen. It's like, what the hell? Why don't you pick that perk up? Because I'm stupid, that's why. I honestly thought I was already at level. I mean, I think we're gonna get to level 15, but we're probably not gonna be able to buy everything that I want. But that's not the biggest deal, I guess. Okay, so it's gonna be the Crucible Knight in Hippo, which is lovely. Been fighting Crucible Knights a bunch already. that one. Block this whole thing. Look at that stamina coming back right there. Fully charges. You ain't going nowhere. Get my stamina back, then get the critical. I can ult here, so this Hippo's we're gonna charge at me. Oh, he died already. Nice. Now this guy does not have much poise, so he should honestly get guard counted in like one more hit, honestly. There she is. Let's go use this first and then get the critical hit. Give me another damage boost. Hopefully proc the frost soon. That's why the fully charged guard counters is always nice to have. And I wish you could just fully charge more. Like a great spear at least. That'd be fantastic. They gotta change that. Let's go with the affinity damage negation because I passed up on the lightning fortification and I kind of regret that, so. I need a Wending Grace, I'm not gonna die. Famous last words, by the way. Okay, level 15, lovely. I just want damage. Oh, see, I wish I picked up the 10% rune gain, god damn it. Now I can't buy the pickled turtleneck as well. God damn it. Why am I like this? I promise I play better when I'm streaming. Actually, not really. I'm focusing on talking to chat. I promise I play better when I'm doing an actual challenge run. So you have to follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. Okay, Adela, Baron of Knights. Come here. That missed. You've been moving too much. One thing I wish that you're more likely to get with the Guardian would be like those walking buffs, because if you just have walking buffs like Wraiths while walking, you don't even need to attack. Like, Wraiths while walking with the Guardian is like the best character in the entire game. You just gotta sit there and block the entire time. And then the Wraiths while walking will just do the damage for you. Okay, there's no way that actually missed me. You should get guard while stands broken here, right? Well, if the game just... Oh my god, it needs to stop missing. This is so annoying. Please! This is actually so sad. Finally! I'm gonna go for the full combo and then get the critical attack. Give me frost. Give me frost. No, give me frost. We have lots of stamina. I took a lot of damage there, but it was all for a good cause. That should miss, right? 15% more damage, that's all I see it as. I forgot to go give myself some damage boosts. I ate the wrong one. Lovely. Block that elemental damage, more damage. And then we use an ult right here, and surely he gets stance broken. Sometimes you can just smell it, you know? And that's a GG right there. See, look, imagine if I had Evergels as well. How much faster I would have killed him. We need the hard mode now. I want to test the limits of some of these characters. I mean, I could have fought the Everdark. I could have fought an Everdark boss instead. I would have tested out better. But we had, like, options are Libra and Caligo. But I could have gotten it. Whatever. I don't know why they didn't, like, just give us all the Everdark bosses at once, being that, like, all of them are now here. Like, we already fought all 7. Like, who knows when Healster is going to come, if it's even going to be here. But that is okay. That is okay. Anyway, that's the build. If you guys enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe. Here's the relics again. If it was like a perfect world, I would have partial HP restoration here. And I'm not sure if, like, Evergel can roll in this second slot, but Evergel would have been fantastic as well, obviously. But having the stamina recovery, both stamina recovery just feels so nice with the Guardian and the blocking and the explosion on the block. It's so nice. He's a fun character, I'm not gonna lie. But unfortunately, when you're playing teams, you kind of want to play around the health regen on the ultimates. You want to get the blocking, takes the aggro, then you're kind of losing out on some of these really fun perks. And some of these things probably could be part of his base kit, would be nice, or maybe they end up extending the amount of slots that you can hold with certain characters. Who knows what's going to happen in the future. But he is a fun character to play in solo at the very least. But yeah, that's it for this one. We'll be making more of these videos coming up along the week. Probably going to do something for the Iron Eye and maybe, I don't know who else, but we'll think of somebody. Anyway, catch you guys around. See yous.